Hello and welcome to another Cloudasta tutorial. Today we are showing you how to migrate an entire analytics data warehouse from Amazon Redshift directly into Google Cloud BigQuery using the Data Transfer Service. Google's BigQuery Data Transfer Service is a brilliant data migration tool that handles serverless data warehousing moves with ease. Here are some of the key features of this service. Automated orchestration that fully manages the end-to-end export from Redshift and import to BigQuery. Schema auto-mapping that instantly detects Redshift structures and translates them to BigQuery formats. Serverless scale that handles multi-terabyte migrations with zero ETL infrastructure to manage. Flexible scheduling to run single historical migrations or set up recurring syncs. Data integrity checks to automatically verify that target rows perfectly match the source. And enterprise security that secures transfers within strict VPC service controls compliance boundaries. Before we start clicking around, let's talk pricing. While Google does charge a consumption fee for certain third-party connectors like Salesforce or Oracle, using the BigQuery Data Transfer Service for an Amazon Redshift migration doesn't incur any base transfer fees. However, you need to budget for the moving parts on both sides. First, Redshift must temporarily dump its data into an S3 bucket before GCP can grab it. You will pay temporary S3 storage fees and standard AWS Egress fees to move that data over the internet. Second, BigQuery standard storage rates apply once the tables are loaded. To see what this looks like in the real world, let's calculate the expected cost to migrate a 10 terabyte Redshift cluster to BigQuery. The first 100 gigabytes are free, part of the AWS monthly free tier. The remaining 9,900 gigabytes would be billed at the standard 9 cents per gigabyte. Total AWS egress cost is around $891. Once that data is sitting in BigQuery, the active storage rate for the first 90 days is 2 cents per gigabyte per month. So 10,000 gigabytes times 2 cents equals $200 per month. The long-term storage rate after 90 days of no modifications is 1 cent per gigabyte per month. So 10,000 gigabytes times 1 cent equals $100 per month. Both AWS and Google Cloud publish their detailed pricing directly online, so you can calculate your exact scenarios. For this tutorial, we will migrate a small test database, staying entirely within the free limits. Let's look at what we need to configure on the AWS side first. Because BigQuery's data transfer service can't connect directly inside Redshift's internal storage, it coordinates a multi-step process. It runs a secure unload command on Redshift, dumps the data as encrypted files into a temporary S3 staging bucket, and then copies those files into Google Cloud. So, on the AWS side, you need your Redshift JDBC connection URL, which you can find in your Redshift workgroup configuration, an S3 staging bucket, where Redshift will temporarily dump the tables, your namespace user credentials, which you can find in your namespace configuration, and an IAM, access key ID, and secret access key, with policy permissions to run Redshift unload commands and read, write, or delete files in your staging S3 bucket. For maximum security, we aren't going to use wide open admin credentials. Instead, we'll create a custom least privilege IAM policy. This policy gives Google Cloud precise permission to list our staging S3 bucket, read and write the temporary unload files, delete those files when the transfer completes, and safely describe our Redshift cluster configuration. This ensures Google Cloud only touches the specific staging bucket we created, keeping the rest of our AWS account out of scope. We'll save this custom policy, attach it to our new IAM user, click into security credentials, and generate our access key ID and secret access key. Make sure to download the CSV file to keep those credentials safe, and let's head over to GCP. Over in the Google Cloud Console, we need 3 things. First, make sure your GCP user has the BigQuery admin role, which allows you to enable APIs, create datasets, and run migrations. Second, make sure that the BigQuery Data Transfer API is enabled in the API library. Third, you need a destination dataset in your BigQuery where your data from Redshift will land. Now for the fun part. Click on Data Transfers in the left-hand BigQuery menu and then click Create Transfer. For our source, we'll select Redshift from the drop-down. Now let's fill out the configuration. We give the transfer a unique name, we leave the schedule options as they are, and in the destination settings, we select the dataset we created for this transfer. Now we configure the connection. Paste in your Redshift JDBC string and enter your Redshift database credentials. Then we paste in the IAM credentials we generated earlier, and then enter the path to your S3 staging bucket. Finally, in Redshift schema, we enter the namespace folder inside your Redshift database. By default, unless you or your database administrator explicitly created a custom one, that value is almost always public. Click Save, and that is it. Google Cloud is now securely communicating with Redshift. Under the hood, BigQuery is logging into Redshift, executing highly parallelized unload queries, streaming those files from S3, and rebuilding your tables natively in BigQuery. You can watch the real-time execution logs right here in the GCP console. Once the job status turns to succeeded, head over to your BigQuery SQL workspace. All of your Redshift tables, along with their schemas and data types, are sitting right here. Now for a critical Day 2 best practice. Validate your data. Run a quick count query in Redshift and then do the same in BigQuery. As you can see here, the results are consistent in both platforms. Even with automated tools, database migrations can occasionally run into common errors. You might get an unable to proceed error and need to edit your inbound rules to avoid an AWS firewall block, just like you can see in this example. If you are dealing with enterprise warehouses, complex schema conversions, or highly restrictive security guidelines, partnering with a trusted Google Cloud partner like Cloudasta can reduce the risks and optimize your migration. If you need help with your cloud migration, contact us and we'll take care of it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorial.